Hey everybody, it's Trina, and I'm just going to do my video post about Chapter 5. And wow, what a chapter that was. There was lots of information there that resonated with me, so I had a really hard time narrowing it down to one topic. The section about society, education, and schooling, the modal personality, that was very interesting. The moral and character education section had the idea of teaching morals with folk tales. That resonated with me. And then the culture of the school, well, that was attention grabbing, and how students and teachers are trying to figure each other out at the beginning of the school, and it's a two-way process there. All of this was interesting, but the section about the culture of the classroom was the one that really resonated with me. The first paragraph that described the dull classroom was so descriptive and so common across our country. The authors go on to describe how teachers are still treating classes as a whole rather than individual students with individual needs, and they also say that the tone of the classroom is flat. Where's the excitement and the joy of learning? There's not a more exciting time in the lives of our students than when they're learning and changing so rapidly, and teachers should honor that small window of time and make it exciting. As an instructional coach, I feel that part of my job needs to be to help teachers find the excitement in their classrooms. It may also mean helping children find it too, if that excitement has been squashed. The discussion on the peer group caught my attention. The fact that the peer group begins making influences as early as first grade was both surprising and affirming to me. It was surprising because the kids are so young at that point, one would think that they wouldn't pay attention to what others thought or cared about. But it was affirming because deep down I knew that to be true. In a first grade classroom, one can begin to see how peers affect others' clothing styles, toy choices, etc. The lack of the in items makes children feel less adequate, and in turn, that affects their school performance. As I think about my school and how peer groups are affecting it on a day-to-day basis, I begin to think about little Gene. Gene was in my kindergarten room and came from a very poor home, and he was always unkept, his unclean, and his clothing never fit. I bought many items for him throughout the year to try to make him feel better about himself. However, he had a very hard time fitting in with his peer groups, and the kids didn't always include him in activities without prompting. Ornstein and Hunkins writes that children in class should feel safe, valued, and respected by building a sense of peer respect, responsible behavior, and self-control within the classroom and school. I'm not sure Gene ever accomplished this. I need to be more aware of how to help children with this process. Those are my thoughts on Chapter 5. It was very interesting.